and programmer needs to concentrate only on application specific logic development. What logics, guys? Super, guys. So that's why there is no boilerplate code problem while working with what? Frameworks. Then I have given advantages of frameworks. Then I have given list of frameworks, different types of frameworks, ORM frameworks, MVC frameworks, web services framework, JWE frameworks. Right. First we discussed about what, guys? ORM. What is OR mapping, right? It's all about one object linked with one record of the DB table. So if you have multiple records, they will be mapped from multiple objects of Java class. So since objects are linked with records, that too having synchronization. When I use word synchronization, don't think about core Java synchronization where locking concept is there. Here synchronization is used purely having what? English meaning. English meaning means what? Okay, they are in touch with each other. They are understanding each other changes. That English meaning you have to apply. Some words meaning will change context to context. You and me are in synchronization. What do you mean by that? What I am saying, you are understanding. What you are asking, I am understanding. This synchronization is nowhere related to core Java locking mechanism called synchronization. Okay, when two batsmen are running well between the wickets, we can say they are in good synchronization because they are understanding each other's signals and they are running well between the wickets. That word meaning you have to apply here. Why, sir? Whenever you do modification in object, it reflects to DB table rows. When you do modification in DB table rows, it will reflect to object. So that means they are recognizing each other changes or not. That synchronization you have to use. Yesterday someone taken wrong meaning. Sir, synchronization means locking the object now. When object is locked, how changes will be reflected. So some terminologies meaning will change context to context. For example, you take a term called platform. You take a term called platform. For a Java guy, Java is platform independent. Here Java is platform is nothing but operating system. Mostly it is operating system, right guys? Super. Okay. Next. But you go to railway station, you talk to any passenger. What is platform? What is your platform? He will say, my platform is number 3. Platform is number 2, right? But his context is different, right? You go to a software, you go to a software employee, non-Java employee, which is working for software. On which platform you are working in IT industry? He will say, I am working on what? .NET platform, PHP platform, Python platform, Java platform, right guys? So the word platform is having fixed meaning now, boss? No. You think about a singer. You think about a singer. Okay, on which platform you are singing songs nowadays? I have my own YouTube channel, or I am participating on reality show like Jalak Dikhla, Indian Idol, right? Yes or no? Na? So in different places, the word meaning will change. So here the word synchronization is having purely English meaning and don't apply what, guys? Okay, synchronization meaning of core Java over here. So fine, let's get into the subject, guys. And I want everyone to take 3 steps forward. Move forward by 3 steps, including girls. Madam, 3 steps. I think now projector is visible to everyone, right? Okay. Yeah, after that, what we discussed, guys? Yeah. After that, we discussed about what is the advantage of ORM framework? What is the problem with the JDBC? What's the biggest problem with the JDBC, guys? I want reply from you people. JDBC code. JDBC code is called persistence logic. Why? Persistence means saving and managing data. And the JDBC code is there to talk to database and to manipulate database data. That means on database table, it can perform insert, update, delete, and select operations. Clear, guys? Super. So JDBC is there for that operations, right, boss? So my final conclusion from my side is, okay, JDBC persistence logic is developed using SQL queries. Unfortunately, SQL queries are what? Database software dependent queries. That means database to database queries may change. 70% queries are same, guys. 30% queries are changing. Agree with me, guys? 30% queries are changing. 70% queries are remaining same. So my question is, so when I change the database software, the queries are changing. So overall JDBC code is database software dependent or independent? Dependent. But I want to develop database software independent code. Why? During the development of the project, I may use Oracle. Later, I may feel Oracle is costly. I want to change to MySQL. But after a few days, again, I got money. MySQL is behaving a bit slow. I want to move to some costly database. So to do all this thing, my code should not be database software dependent. My code should be database software independent. That is possible only by using what? OR mapping persistence logic or not. And that OR mapping persistence logic is possible with ORM frameworks or not, guys. Why, sir? Here, no SQL queries. Objects will be created representing DB table record. Insert, update, delete, select operations on the records will be done purely through objects. No admin is there in the? Any admin is there here? Any admin? Call admin. Please call admin. Admin our lera ekkada? Chairs are not there. Students are waiting. Yeah. So this OR mapping allows us to develop database software independent objects based persistence logic without using SQL queries, right? So that's why people are crazy about working with OR mapping or not. Whenever I want, I can change database software. I need not to touch the persistence logic because everywhere objects only, no SQL queries. That's why people are crazy about working with the JDBC or working with OR mapping. Definitely people are crazy about what? Working with OR mapping. No second thought in that. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Super. Okay. Mr. Pavan Ras, I will come to each point one by one. Please control your excitement. Okay. Let me launch one by one. What's the point I should say, guys? Yeah. Can I say JDBC is outdated here, guys? Can I say JDBC is outdated? Because we are working with objects, but ORM framework takes those object-based instructions, internally uses JDBC code plus SQL queries to talk to database software. We are not writing, but ORM framework is internally using what? JDBC code plus SQL queries. So can we say JDBC and SQL queries are outdated? Definitely we cannot say, guys. You are not using directly, but they are indirectly used. It's something like this. Can we say rice and wheat granules are outdated? Because you are using burger and pizza every day. Are burger base and pizza bread also. Reverse, huh? Okay. Burger bread and what? Pizza base. Also prepared by using what? Rice and grit only. Understanding my statement? Sir, why, sir? Like, why SQL queries again required internally? Database software don't understand anything, boss. It understand only SQL queries. Whatever layers you increase, guys, from your side, at the end, database should get SQL queries in order to manipulate the data. That's why at the bottom line, SQL queries and JDBC will be there. In the top layers, you may miss that JDBC code and what? SQL queries. You may work with objects, you may get lot of abstraction, but at the bottom line, SQL queries will be there, JDBC will be there. So that's why, remember my word, as long as Java is surviving, JDBC will survive, SQL queries will survive. JDBC and SQL will never be outdated. Maybe I can say direct utilization will be reduced, indirect utilization will be more. You will not directly work with JDBC and SQL query. You will be working with what? ORM framework, where you dealt with objects. But that internally start dealing with what? JDBC and SQL query. Yes, na boss? As generations are increasing, our generations are changing. People may not use rice and wheat directly, but they may use what? In other forms. Okay. Okay, guys. They may use in other form, but they don't use directly. Is that clear, my dear? Understanding my statement, boss? Super, guys. Shall we start understanding concepts, guys? Super. Okay. And similarly, JSP internally uses servlet, right? Yeah. For JSP gives the feeling we are working with the tags, but internally everything is in the form of servlet only, na? Super. Okay, guys. Tell me what is this? ORM frameworks. ORM frameworks provide the, what is there? Abstraction layer on JDBC, and other technologies. And other technologies. And allows us to develop, what guys? Objects based persistence logic without any SQL queries. Without any SQL query. As database software, independent, what logic, guys? Persistence logic. As database software, independent persistence logic. I hope this is what we discussed now, guys. And yesterday I have given list of ORM framework and who is the best. Hibernate is the best. So Hibernate, we use Hibernate, and Hibernate internally uses what? JDBC. Okay, now let me give the note. In Spring Boot frameworks are the bigger frameworks. That's why they are released as the modules. Suppose entire framework released as a single unit with a big size of 1000 GB. You will be using one module in your project, but still you are suffering your application to have burden of 1000 GB. Yes, na boss? Come on. Are you understanding my statement? That's why they intentionally released framework as a modules. Every module separate jar file. You have work with the 3 modules, add 3 module related jar file to the project, start working with them. I think you know what is jar file. If you want to use content of any jar in your project, you should add that jar file to the class path. You have these fundamentals. If you don't have these fundamental, what is jar file, what is class path, sorry, tomorrow onwards don't sit in the classroom, because you are supposed to complete core Java fundamentals first. I hope you are getting my point there, guys. I repeat again. Once again, listen carefully. What is that? Spring and Spring Boot frameworks are released as collection of module. How many module? 20 plus modules. Why 20 plus? Version to version, this count will always increase, guys. Plus some extension modules are there. Plus some community modules are there. Originally, they are giving modules. Some modules are independently released as extension module. Some community modules are there. Some people are using Spring and they are creating some module and releasing to the market. All together, if I count 50 plus modules will be there. Why they are releasing as module? It's interest. Do you think every project will use all the 50 modules? Sometimes one module, sometimes 10 module, sometimes 15 module. It's better to gather them and use them now, boss. Come on, my dear. See, restaurant is offering only full meals, guys. That day you are not hungry. You'll feel your money got wasted that day. Yes or no, na? But restaurant is giving options, guys. You can eat only roti, or you can eat only curry, or you can eat only biryani. Options are given to you. Then what happens, guys? You'll feel happy. The day you are hungry, you'll pay more. The day you are not less hungry, you'll pay less. Are you getting my point there, guys? The same facility is given in what? Spring and Springboard. So do I have this facility in Hibernate framework? Not there. Because Hibernate is a small framework. Okay. And the size is also very small. And that's why they decided not to divide into modules. But Spring and Spring Boot are what? Bigger framework. And wantedly they have not released. Not today. Not today. From the first version onward, they released as a modules. They got the clarity. They got the clarity from the day one itself. Array, let me say one thing. If you use Spring and Spring Boot effectively, there is no need of learning any framework in the market. That's why my Spring and Spring Boot fall under JWE frameworks. What frameworks, guys? JWE framework. That means all-rounder framework, okay, which can take care of all kinds of application development, all kinds of logic. But you should know how to use it effectively. Those many modules are there. That's the reason earlier people used to learn struts, Hibernate, X, Y, Z, everything. But nowadays you observe language, core Java, technology, advanced Java, framework, Spring and Spring Boot. Over. Over. Are we separately learning Hibernate? Are we separately learning web services? Not required, because if you know how to use Spring and Spring Boot effectively, all kinds of applications are possible, including those web services possible, including these Hibernate persistence logics are possible. Clear, guys? Making sense? Sometimes my voice breaking. I think a problem is your side. Check your side. Am I audible, guys? Online student, last time confirmation. Am I loud and clear? Are we good to go? This is my net speed, guys. I think to conduct this online class, 10 Mbps is sufficient. And this is my net speed in the classroom. I don't think from my side voice issue will come. Okay, don't irritate me again saying that voice not coming again and again. Super. Spring JDBC uses JDBC, and other modules are there. Spring ORM, Spring Data JPA. They use internally Hibernate. Super, guys. Tell me, guys. Spring and Spring Boot frameworks are given as a collection of modules. Okay. Nearly 20 plus main modules. 20 plus main modules. Okay, next 20 plus extension modules. What, guys? Extension modules. Okay, next 10 plus community modules are there. These community modules are not developed by Spring, but someone taken Spring, they developed them. Community modules are there, are available. Okay. All these modules related, all these module related libraries are coming. What, guys? Libraries are coming as the separate jar files, so that developers can use their choice modules, in the Spring or Spring Boot based projects. Spring Boot based projects development. Spring or Spring Boot based projects development. Everyone please collect backup videos. Admin has shared backup videos, guys. Okay. Yeah. Tell me, boss. Example modules are, guys. What are the example modules, guys? Core module. This is the base module for most of the module. Data JPA module. Data MongoDB module. AOP module. Aspect oriented programming. JWE module. MVC module. Security module. Right? Batch module, not the regular module name itself, batch, not the classroom batch, guys. Okay, it is batch processing. Okay, right, guys. Tell me, Kafka module, OAuth module, ORM module, JDBC module, and etc. JDBC module and etc. Guys, there are many things, guys. Many modules are like this. Okay, guys. Tell me another note. Spring is not giving any module acting as a ORM framework, but Spring is having modules which is providing abstraction on what? Popular ORM frameworks. Bobka Bob. Already Hibernate is framework. On the top of framework, one more framework. So that means already first level framework is simplifying the job of working with the technology. But on the top of framework, one more framework means what? Easiness on easiness. That means more easiness. Are you getting my point there, guys? Somehow, okay, already simplified work, more simplified with the support of what? Spring modules. Yes, guys. Spring Boot frameworks are not providing any modules acting as ORM frameworks. Acting as ORM framework. But they are providing what, guys? Modules. Module having abstraction on popular ORM frameworks. Popular ORM frameworks like Hibernate. Yeah, can I give that module name, guys? Can I give those module names? First module name, Spring ORM module provides the abstraction on Hibernate framework. Provides the abstraction on Hibernate framework. That's good, guys. Next, Spring data, not only Hibernate, guys. Here multiple options are there. Hibernate, iBatis, anyone. Okay, whatever you want, you can select, boss. Top link. Okay. Spring data JPA module. What is there? Module provides the abstraction on Hibernate framework. Okay, which is latest and good, sir? Hibernate. And anyhow, Hibernate is market leader and data JPA is the latest one, guys. Among these two things, which is recommended, guys? Data JPA is recommended. Data JPA is recommended. Okay, now I'm asking one question. In our Spring classes, are we going to work with Hibernate directly? Are we going to work with Hibernate indirectly? So that's why I asked JDBC as a prerequisite. I only teach Hibernate basics. I only teach how Spring Data JPA is providing abstraction on what? Hibernate, and we'll go further in the program. So directly we are not going to work with Hibernate, but indirectly we are going to work with Hibernate. For that one, Hibernate basics are required. For that one, what is required, guys? Hibernate basics are required. And those basics I will teach, and we will move to what? Spring Data JPA programming. Is that clear, my dear? Sir, what about industry, sir? Industry may expect Hibernate complete knowledge. No one is expecting. Everyone is working with what? Spring Data JPA. Those days are gone, boss. Those days are gone. Learning Hibernate separately, struts separately, web service separately, not required. You learn through Spring and Spring Boot, guys, especially Spring Boot style. Enjoy the abstraction by understanding the fundamentals of what? Basic frameworks like Hibernate, RESTful web service, and other things, guys. Mr. Lengthy name wala or internet URL name wala. Problem is not from my side. Problem is your side. I think this wording also you don't understand. Okay. I think you got the clarity about ORM framework. Crystal clear clarity. Shall I launch next one, boss? Clarity is very important, boss. I take time to for coding because I prepare background from 0%. You observe very carefully. We started from what is long ways onwards, right? From there, we are now understanding different types of frameworks. Okay, now listen. Web application means website. nareshit.com website. We can develop the website by following some standard architecture, just like that. And the good architecture to develop the website is MVC. What is that? Model View Controller. What is the specialty of it, guys? It says develop the web application as a layered application. What application? You have to with me. You have to talk with me. You have to pronounce words with me. What application, guys? Layered application. I think if I move there, I am not visible. Huh? Okay. How to develop the application as what? MVC architecture based layered application. What do you mean by layered? Layered application says only one thing. Don't keep all the logics in single class or single file. Keep different logics in different classes and file. Make them talking with each other. Tell me, boss, you want to stay in one place in Hyderabad. You will prefer staying in bachelor single room or 4 BHK flat? Single room. No, forget about the money part. I am paying the money. Okay? Forget about the money part. You worry about only luxury and comfort. I will pay the money or someone is sponsoring the money. Let us assume company is sponsoring the money. Then definitely, if we keep financial discussion aside, definitely you'll go for 4 BHK na? Because in single room, what happens, guys? All things are mixed up. That is your kitchen, that is your bedroom, that is your study room, that is your small cricket ground sometimes. So you are mixing up multiple operations in single place. Place looks clumsy. Come on. Place looks horrible. And over the period of time, maintenance becomes complex or not, guys. But if you take a 4 BHK or 3 BHK flat, guys, bedroom only for sleeping, living room only for studies, kitchen only for cooking. So clean separation of logics are there or not? Roles are there or not? At the same time, all are interconnected or not? Same thing, boss. MVC architecture says develop different logics in different classes and file and make them talking to each other so that maintenance becomes easy. What becomes easy? So far, before arrival of this framework, we developed this MVC architecture based web application using servlet, JSP, Java classes and other technologies. Okay, where we have taken care of all the logics of all the layers manually, which is going to be burden to the programmer. What frameworks are saying? MVC frameworks are saying, you just develop MVC architecture application. We provide abstraction on Servlet, JSP and other technology. And we generate so many common logics dynamically. And we simplify your MVC architecture layered application development. When someone says you will still develop same MVC architecture application, you will still develop the same layered application, but you are going to write only 40% logic, 60% will be generated dynamically. You are going to develop only 20% logic, 80% will be generated dynamically. Why will say no, guys? We'll definitely say yes, na boss. Definitely say yes, na boss. At the same time, any compromise in the quality? No. Any compromise in the testing environment? No. Quality is good and speed is there and burden on the programmer is reduced. Burden on programmer is reduced means indirectly number of programmers are reduced. When number of programmers are reduced, company cost cutting will happen. Speed delivery will be there. That's the reason nowadays everyone is preferring to work with what? MVC framework to develop MVC architecture based web application. Is it not interesting, Babu? Some people are not opening mouth. Did you keep anything in the mouth? You have to throw it out. Otherwise, I will throw you out from the class. Okay. Fine. Right, guys. So, final conclusion is what? MVC frameworks provide abstraction on servlet JSP and other technologies to simplify the development process of MVC architecture layered web applications. What applications, guys? MVC architecture based layered web application. That is what simple statement. What are there in the market? Struts is there. Our first MVC framework, which is bit popular, is what? Struts. But later, that is JSF has come, Tapestry has come, WebWork has come. In Spring MVC module is there. Listen, Spring MVC is just not module. It's a sub framework in big framework. Who is big framework? Spring. Who is sub framework? Spring MVC. In Spring Boot MVC is there, which is again sub framework in big framework. What is that? Spring Boot. Are module is MVC ra babu. If it is used in Spring style, Spring MVC. If it is programmed in Spring Boot style, Spring Boot MVC. That's quite common na boss. Yes na boss. See, raw materials are same. If those raw materials are used to prepare Andhra style meal, Andhra meal, Maharashtra style meal, Maharashtra thali, Gujarati style meal, Gujarati thali. But at the same time, raw material remains same, right, guys? Modules are same. If those modules are used in Spring style, Spring MVC. If those modules are used in what? Spring Boot style, Spring Boot MVC. So that's why don't worry about this module name. Sir, what is your agenda, sir? Agenda is very simple. After getting basics of what is framework, XYZ, all this stuff, we will move to Spring core module. That means we are entering into Spring. We understand Spring basics there. Once we complete Spring basics, we are ready for Spring Boot basics. Once we got Spring Boot basics, until that time, we don't develop serious projects. We don't use any modules also. We get to get Spring basics and Spring Boot basics. That is nothing but Spring core module, Spring Boot core module. Core module is not there to develop serious projects. Core module is like core Java of Spring, core Java of Spring Boot. So in core Java, did you develop serious projects? Are you habituated to programming syntaxes of Java? Majority time you are habituated to programming syntax of Java. What is interface? Whether interface supports what is there in abstract class, what is not there in abstract class, overloading, overriding. Whatever applications you developed, they are POCs. POCs means what? Proof of concept. Okay, proof of concept. We developed code on abstract class to check whether abstract class is behaving like abstract class or not. Whether interface is behaving like what? Interface or not. They are not serious supermarket application. They are not super serious what? Banking application or e-commerce application. Similarly, in core module of what? Spring, core module of Spring Basic, we develop small application understanding the syntax and semantics of what? Spring programming. Once we are ready with the fundamentals, boss, we use Spring Boot knowledge as the base knowledge and we try to learn other module where we develop serious projects using MVC websites, using OR mapping persistence logics, using security. We try to secure the websites. It's going to be real fun, boss. I hope you got the agenda of the plan, a route map of the learning, boss. Super. So this is the course where we are going to start with 0%. We are going to learn from what is framework to last topic of what? Advanced programming in Spring Boot, that is microservice architecture based application. Compared to MVC architecture, microservice architecture is more advanced architecture. We are going to use Spring Boot to even develop what? Microservice architecture based projects, boss. Shall I write some comments, guys? Right. MVC. Don't worry, I'll increase the font. Yeah, some people are saying, give the notes in notepads, sir, so that I can copy paste wherever I want. Why you want to copy paste? Tell me. You have to sit and write the code, right? And moreover, this is only for reading purpose, boss. You have to spend time on application development, not writing fair notes, rough notes, okay, master copy, backup copy, not required. I will give everything. You focus more on what? Completing the application that is discussed in the classroom and responding to the assignment completion. Then you will become programmer, boss. If you are focused only on typing the lines, okay, you will become typist. And you know my next statement, right? Okay. Yeah. MVC. What is MVC, guys? Model View Controller is an architecture to develop web applications. What, guys? To develop the web applications as the layered applications. As the layered application. That means develop different logics of the application, web application as application in different classes or files and make them talking with each other. Make them talking with each other. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Super. M for what, guys? Yeah, I'll launch MVC more exclusively later, guys. M for model. Model layer represents data. Model means data. Remember now onwards. Not the English meaning model. Here you have to remember data. Okay, data generated by business logics and persistence logics. Business logic and persistence logic generates the data, na boss? Yes, that is model layer. Okay. For understanding purpose, model layer is like accounts officer, guys. What is that? Model layer is like accounts officer. Always busy in calculations, analyzations. Okay, storing the things, retrieving the things. Come on. CA kind of thing. Chartered account. What you will do, guys? Account officer is like V is like what? View layer. Represents what, guys? Presentation logics. What logics? Presentation logics. Nothing but UI logics, guys. What logic, guys? UI. Okay. It is like beautician, na boss? Beautician. takes the raw data and make it as what? Good looking data. So because of my business logic and persistence logic, one report data has come. But taking that data, displaying as HTML table, heading row one color, other rows other color, below hyperlinks, okay, next, previous, back, front kind of hyperlink. Is it not called presentation logic, boss? What is the role of beautician? Tell me. Takes the raw data and makes it as what? Good looking data. I know when I say beautician, you all look at the girls. But every 30, 40 days, you also go to one barber. What he is doing? Cutting the extra things or not? That is what? He is your beautician. Okay, they go every 15 days, you go every 30 days. That's the difference. Okay, na? Apart from that, just joke, guys. Don't take it seriously. Okay. It's like HTML plus CSS, right? Okay. C for what, guys? Controller layer represents what logic, guys? Monitoring logics. What logic, guys? Like traffic police. Like traffic police, guys. It is like traffic police, guys, or supervisor. Yeah, supervisor work is working harder or monitoring other people. Supervisor work is you don't do any specific work, but he got a team and he control all the activities on the team, right, boss? This controller also controls various activities happening in the web application. Okay, there are a lot of view layer component. There are so many business component and persistence logic component in model layer, right? Which request should go to which place, which result should be formatted by which JSP, which HTML. All these things are decided by whom? Controller. All these things are decided by whom, guys? Controller. Okay, that's very, very important. That's why I compared with what? This one. Generally, what we use here? Java classes. Okay, here we use what? Java classes, JDBC, Hibernate. Come on, guys. Spring also we use. We use what? Spring Boot kind of technology. Sometimes we use Spring EasyAB also there, guys. Yeah, tell me. When it comes to this part, guys, what we use? HTML, CSS, JSP. Okay, next one. Angular. Next one. Bootstrap, React.js, React.js, and etc. Yeah, when it comes to this one, guys, okay, servlet and servlet filter. Anyone knows there is a filters concept in servlet? Yeah, if not studied, no problem. Looks like a servlet, but some extra behavior is there for filters. Servlet filter. So you got the basic idea about MVC architecture now, boss? Yeah, now I'm coming to the actual one. MVC frameworks provide abstraction on servlet, JSP, and other technologies to simplify the process of developing. To simplify the process of developing. Okay, what is that? MVC architecture based application, architecture based web application as the layered application. MVC architecture based application as the layered application. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Okay, boss. Yeah, yeah. Examples, guys. Example. Initially, we got struts. Struts from which company, guys? From Apache. Arey, Apache is not a serious company, boss. Apache is the company who releases all free softwares. It is run by people who believes in open source system, can do great change in the software industry. Any individual developed any software, if you feel it's a good software, they will give to Apache. Apache will review them, okay, and release it to the market. If it is released by individual, it may not get people's attention. But if it is released through Apache, it may get people attention. So that's why Apache, anything came from Apache means free. Tomcat is from Apache, free. Struts from Apache, free. And you don't believe Hadoop and Spark are there, na? Big data frameworks, guys. They are also from Apache. But generally, Apache deals with the Java related ones. Sir, Hadoop and Spark also Java related one? Yes, they are Java based frameworks only. They are seriously Java based framework, but they come under data science domain. That's why I have not listed today. Sir, in the different types of Java framework, you have not given big data frameworks, guys. No, I have not concentrated on data science domain, boss. That's why I have not given them. Clear? Okay, next one, what? JSF. Stats is like Tomcat. Tomcat is server, Babu. Stats is a framework. Can you compare server and framework? No. Server is required in what? Servlet JSP and web framework based application, right? Okay. Java server faces. Java server faces. Originally from Sun Microsystem, boss. It is originally from Sun Microsystem. Recently, it is acquired by whom? Oracle Corporation. Recently, it is acquired by whom? Oracle Corporation. The next one is what, guys? WebWork. WebWork. WebWork is from which company? Open Symphony company. WebWork is from which company, guys? Open Symphony company. Next, Spring MVC. Spring MVC. Okay, from what company? Interface 21. Okay, actually, there is one more name for this one, guys. Pivotal team. What team, guys? Pivotal team. And Spring Boot MVC, guys. What is next? Spring Boot MVC from same people, guys. And etc. And etc. I'm just listing some popular one. Who is market leader as of now, guys? Number one, Spring Boot MVC. 95% of the websites in Java are there in what? Spring Boot. And Spring Boot is become popular. People started ignoring Spring Boss. After that, little popularity is there for what, guys? JSF. Again, because of Spring Boot, can I say Spring is outdated? The direct utilization is reduced because Spring Boot is extension of Spring. Spring Boot is used means indirectly Spring is used. Same thing. Hibernate is popular. Can I say JDBC is outdated? Spring Boot is popular means indirectly Spring is not outdated. Indirectly Spring is also used. Yeah. Sir, you are not giving remaining things, sir. Remaining things are earlier Spring MVC was bit popular, guys. But nowadays only maintenance projects are there. No new projects are happening over here. No new projects are taking place over here. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. Yeah, tell me, guys. When I say web application or website, it is browser to software application interaction or application to application interaction. Is it browser to software application interaction or application to application interaction? nareshit.com, is it browser to nareshit.com or one application talking to nareshit.com? It is always browser talking to nareshit.com. Whether it is mobile device or laptop, we try to connect to nareshit.com from browser only, na? Okay, guys. Okay. What is this? Web application or website is always browser to software application interaction based software application interaction based application. Okay, where where the communication takes place. Okay, takes place in a request to response model. What model, guys? A request to response model using the protocol. What, guys? Protocol HTTP. Using the protocol HTTP. Where the communication takes place, come on, in request response model using the protocol HTTP. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Yeah, here is my browser. Here is my nareshit.com. This is my nareshit.com, guys. Yeah, this is my browser, guys. Yes. Tell me, boss, in between internet network can be there now, boss? In between, definitely internet network can be there. What do you say, guys? Yeah, internet network can be there. Super. Here is my internet network, guys. Here is my internet network, guys. I want reply, boss. Perfect. Yeah, how the communication takes place, my dear? In request response model only, na? Request will be given, response will be generated. Request will be given and what? Response will be generated. It purely request response model communication or not, guys? Here is my web application or website. Okay. So ultimately, by using MVC framework, at maximum what we can develop? Websites. Can we develop apart from this one anything else? No. Okay. What is the next one we got, guys? Web service framework. And I am explaining different types of frameworks in Java, boss. What is the third one we got, guys? Web services frameworks. Yeah. See, learning web application website is easy because you already experienced it. Yes, na boss? But first time you are listening about web services, and this web services is there to develop the distributed applications. What application? I know for the most of them, web service is new term, distributed application is new term, and lot of newness is there. If you don't alert yourself, okay, bouncers. I try my level best not to bounce in your brain. Okay, don't think too technically also, too heavily also. Just to try to focus what I am presenting. I know some people are excited. How it is possible, sir? How implement, sir? What you are going to do, sir? Technical, you don't worry. Try to understand the concept. These are the classes which we are going to spend on each topic 10-15 days later. There we see including practical, minute details, everything. Today we are there to understand what is what. We must understand what is web service, what is distributed application, what are the web service, what are the web service frameworks that are there in the market. That's what we need to understand. Yeah, listen guys, web service is given to develop the distributed applications. What applications, guys? RMI, EJB, Corba, web services. All these are there to develop distributed application. RMI, EJB, Corba outdated because they are language dependent. What means? That means In which language server application is there, in the same language consumer application should be there. Suppose I developed one server application having Paytm logic, Paytm services. Let us assume UPA payment, Paytm services. It is in Java, boss. I developed using EasyABR, RMIR, some extent Corba, let us assume. That Paytm server services are there in which language? Java. Who want to use these Paytm services? E-commerce people. Maybe mobile application e-commerce or website e-commerce, like Flipkart kind of people or Myntra.com kind of people. There is a restriction. What is that restriction? You know, the consumer application, which is e-commerce application developed by other company, should also be there in Java. Can you give that guarantee, guys? Can you give that guarantee, boss? When I develop Myntra.com, I'm good in PHP. I developed in PHP. But Paytm people are good in Java. That's why they developed in Java. When it comes to integration, if you ask them, you should also be there in Java, you should also be there in PHP, we say go to hell. Aisa no na. Boy and girl liked each other, right? Girl said to boy, tomorrow onwards you should also wear girls' dresses. What will say? What will say? Go to hell, right? Or boy asked girl, tomorrow onwards, okay, tomorrow onwards you should wear my dresses. We both are equal. What girl says? Look for some other girl. Aisa no na. Or marry a boy. See, this kind of answers will come or not, guys. So as long as compatible, they communicate. And compatibility is not there, the communication is not possible. Oh, what's the biggest problem with RMI is AB? They say, I have services. Services can be consumed from remote application, but remote application should also be there in what? Java. But web service says server application can be there in any language, consumer can be there in any language. Develop anywhere, consume anywhere. This is the basic slogan of what? Web services. That's why web service is very popular in the market. Okay, now I'm coming to distributed application. Distributed application is application whose services can be consumed from different types of application placed in different location, maybe locally, maybe remotely. Are you getting my point there, guys? Different types of application. The consumer can be a mobile application, another website, another distributed application, who knows? We cannot say, right? It may be IoT application. You know, nowadays through Alexa also we can do payments. Through Alexa device also we can be. Alexa comes under what? IoT, Internet of Things. Okay. So there are so many types of applications in the world operated by end users, boss. Operated by end users. Swiping machines are there. They also come under what? Embedded system application. Why? Because entire computer is not there in one device, one electronic device, a software chip is attached, and that has come to internet. That has become client to some server application, right, boss? Every time, are you going to keep the computer everywhere? No. Sometimes you have to get the virtual computer into the small electrical and electronic and mechanical devices, and bringing computer application, computer program to small electrical, electronic and automobile devices or mechanical devices, making them clients to software servers is nothing but embedded system programming. What programming, guys? Your swiping machine is becoming credit card swiping machine. That means that is becoming client to some server that is there in the New York City through internet. Come on. But do you have complete computer in the swiping machine? Nothing is there. Small device, one electronic chip is assigned, and it has become client to server in the internet. Such applications are called embedded system application. How much resources of your computer is used? That much resources only we kept into one chip, and that chip is added to what? Mechanical, electrical, electronic, automobile devices in order to make them acting as a client to some server applications. Such applications are called as what? Embedded. Systems are embedded. Regular computer is embedded to devices. Embedding is nothing but attaching. Your swiping machine is the best example for embedded system. And did you ever gone to some popular takeaways? Popular takeaways like tiffin center or parcel counters. Nowadays, to reduce the burden on the bill counter, they're keeping small tabs, kiosk, small kiosk they are keeping, right? There also we can book the tickets. There also we can order the items, right? There also we can get the bills, right, boss? Okay. So they are also example of embedded systems. In a small tab, entire computer is not there. In small tab, some software is installed. Because of that, it has become client to some server, right? And that's why it is able to generate the billings. Is it not interesting, Rai Babu? Come on. Super. So final conclusion is RMI, EZB, web service, all these are given to develop the distributed application. RMI EZB is outdated because they are language dependent distributed application. They say both client and server application, provider and consumer application must be there in Java. Practically impossible. Web service says you can develop what? Distributed application having interoperability. What ways? Having interoperability. Online students, are you there? Are you there, guys? Interoperability. What mean? Develop consumer application in any language, develop producer application in any language, but still they can communicate with each other. Still they can communicate with each other. Is it not interesting, Babu? Okay, language independent, technology independent, operating system independent. Instead of these many independent, I am using simple word. What is that? Interoperable. Distributed application is application whose services can be consumed from different types of client, either locally or locally and remotely. Such applications are called distributed application. Websites talk about browser talking to software application. Distributed application talks about software application talking to another software application. So always remember, distributed application is always application to application interaction. For your Paytm, who is the client, guys? Possibility number one, website. Possibility number two, mobile application. Possibility number three, kiosk. Just now I discussed, na? Kiosk. Possibility number four, swiping machine. Nowadays in swiping machine also UPI payment is possible. Yes or no? Na? Possibility number four, desktop computer, a desktop application. So that means what's there? A distributed application services. That means server application services, producer application services, provider application services can be consumed from different types of client application or consumer applications. Okay. Different types and different locations based what? Consumer and client application. Such environment is called what? Distributed application development. Always remember, web application means browser talking to software application. Distributed application means what? Application talking to application. Who knows, for a distributed application, browser also can be a client. Generally, we don't prefer, but browser also can be a client. Are you getting my point there, guys? Tell me, distributed application is greater, web application is greater? Distributed application is great. Why? Because it allows only one client and one environment only there. But here, multiple environment. Okay, now I am giving one example, guys. Everyone listen. Browser talking to flipkart.com. Shopping is done. For payment, customer submitted UPI number, and that's why Flipkart is talking to Paytm. Now tell me, browser to flipkart.com. Communication is what? Web application. Flipkart.com talking to Paytm. Distributed up here, application to application, right? Okay, but this Paytm is talking to bank application, SBI application for collecting the payment. What is that? Distributed application. Are you getting my point there, guys? Okay, let's take one more example. Browser talking to flipkart.com. What is that? Web application has got, this flipkart.com has got credit card number for payment. Okay, Flipkart people won't give that credit card number directly to the bank for money collection, boss. First, they will give to one mediator, payment broker, PayPal, Nemo Pay, Roser Pay. Or you might have noticed those messages will come, right? Yeah, tell me. Flipkart.com talking to PayPal or Roser Pay is what? Distributed application. And these Roser Pay people will talk to Visa people, Master people who has actually issued the card to the world, right? Credit card, debit cards are issued to the market by whom, guys? Payment gateway organization, Master, Visa, XYZ people, right, boss? So PayPal will talk to Visa application if the card belongs to Visa company. And this Visa people have got tie-up with what? Bank people. Or if, did we get the credit card directly to your hand from Visa? No. It has come through bank only, by linking with the bank only, right? That means these Visa people will talk to bank people for collecting the payment or for acknowledging them this much payment is there in this account right now, boss. So that is also again distributed application or not, guys. Once again, I repeat, browser to flipkart.com. Flipkart.com talking to Roser Pay. Roser Pay talking to Visa. Visa application talking to ICICI Bank. In your life, you are seeing only mobile application and web application as an end user. In the background, world is full of distributed applications. You are able to do online payment today means you will appreciate flipkart.com. Nothing, just a website. You should appreciate what? PayPal people, Visa people, come on, bank people who are developing their services as what? Distributed up. Look at this. If web service is not there, do you think this communication would be possible this much easily? Because SBA from one organization, Visa people is one organization, Roser Pay is one organization, Flipkart is one organization. These are not same generation projects also. Flipkart came in 90s, SBA computerized in 2000. Okay, Visa, MasterCards come around 2010 kind of thing. And Roser Pay has come in around 2015. All these are same generation projects, sir. So generations are changed means technologies also will change. Okay, Razorpay says, I am developing my latest project in latest technology. You all change to latest technology. Is it going to work out? SBA says, I am old, I remain old, I behave old. Don't ask me to change. So, but can we ignore SBA in the banking transactions? If we ignore SBA, you are not giving service to 30 crore customers. Because SBI is the still largest bank in India, though it is a bad bank or good bank, right? That old smell, legacy smell will come when you go enter into the bank. Services also like that. Yes or no? But can we ignore those, that old generation? Hey, old generation, you are not eligible for credit card payment, debit card payment, UPI payment. That old generation people will agree. That bank will agree. So that's why web service is really playing major role over here or not there. That's why after arrival of web service, world changed like anything, boss. Because any service developed in any language can be consumed by another business party developed in any language. So compatibility ratio is increased or not, guys? Some basic knowledge if you have, you can have integration and you can make communication possible. I hope you got it, guys. Still, we are busy understanding what is web service and what is distributed application. So, shall we start writing few comments, guys? Come on, I want reply. Yeah, don't be hurry, boss, because these are basic terminologies. These many days you heard this terminology, but you never got the clarity, right? People said website, enterprise application, enterprise, but you have to get the clarity what all these are, right? So I think we are going good, right, boss? Array, distributed does not mean every time payment should be involved, right, Babu? Non-payment distributed applications also will be there. For example, weather report component is there, where payment is there. You give city name, it will give temperature. You give city name today, it will rain or not, it will tell. Where is payment in this one? And there's one more distributed application. What is that? COVID. During COVID time they developed this distributed application for worldwide COVID information. They developed this COVID. You log in and you give country code or country name. It will give number of corona cases in that country. Where is money involved there? Okay, there is one more thing. Um, there's one more thing. Our Indian Railway people developed that. Okay, from any front end application, you give the railway. What is that? Train service number. Train service number. It will tell the entire details about the train. Where payment is involved there. IRCT is the website. I'm not talking about what you are seeing. I'm talking about what it is doing internal. There are so many non-payment distributed applications. Don't think that payment is there, distributed is there. For making things easy, I have taken two examples. One UPA payment, one credit card payment. It does not mean only payment, only distributed applications will be there. Please don't decide the definition based on the example. And then it will be wrong sometimes, right? Definition is important, examples are secondary. Fine. Okay, let's see. Distributed application. Distributed application is a application whose services can be consumed from different types of client application. Okay. From both remote and local areas. Different types of remote and local areas. Example one. UPA payment application. What, guys? UPA payment application. Like what? Paytm? Paytm or PhonePe or GPay. Okay, you have a lot of pays have come nowadays. Amazon Pay, lot of pays have come. Don't worry. Yeah, service. This application service can be consumed from. Can be consumed from. Can be consumed from. Come on, tell me, guys. Consumed from different types of client applications. Client applications like, tell me, was web applications. Okay, and basically e-commerce sites now, boss. Don't ask me what is e-commerce, right? Mobile applications, guys. Desktop applications, guys. Mobile applications means what, guys? E-commerce applications, no? E-commerce application. We have Flipkart as a website is there. Flipkart as a Mobile application is there. You are aware of that now, boss? Tell me next one. Okay, next one. IoT applications. IoT application. Alexa. Alexa doing payment, right? Alexa doing payment. Tell me next one. Embedded system application. Embedded system application. What is embedded system applications, guys? What is embedded system applications? I want reply, my dear. Okay, swiping machine. What is this? Swiping machine, kiosk. Swiping machine, order booking kiosk, right? Order booking kiosk. Order booking kiosk. Like these many options are there now, boss. Okay, guys. E2. Okay, simple people are saying COVID application, guys. What application? COVID application. Okay, gives COVID details, guys. Gives what details? COVID details. Services can be consumed from. Services can be consumed from website. There are so many websites already consuming web services, right? Mobile applications. Mobile applications and IoT applications and etc. Options are there or not there, guys? Super. Okay, tell me, guys. In web application setup, in web application, the setup is browser browser to software application interaction, right, guys? Browser to software application interaction. In distributed application, the setup is application to application interaction. So these are the small things, guys, which gives a lot of clarity in life and subject. Tell me, guys, what is this? Consumer application. Other one is provider application, right, guys? Provider application. Consumer application and provider application. Okay, guys. Web service itself develops what? Both consumer and provider application. Web service is not mediator, a dirty fellow. After listening entire Ramayana asking who is Sita. Oh, okay. No, web service is mediator. No, using web service, if you develop consumer and what? Provider application, then they are able to talk. Right, guys? Please be active. Don't be dumb in the classroom. Okay, now tell me, guys. Web application plus distributed application together is called enterprise application. What application, guys? Enterprise application. Let's see the example, guys. Let's see the example. See, if you want to see application to application interaction, they can be there in any distributed technology. But if you develop in web service, what's the advantage? Producer can be there in any language, consumer can be there in any language. So you have to involve web service in the development of what? Consumer and producer. Come on. Not web service mediator, right? Consumer side web service should be there. Producer side web service should be there. Because of that both web service availability, they are able to talk with each other. Clear, my dear? Fine. Lack of listening only gives this kind of stupid doubts. Flipkart.com. What is next? Talking to Paytm. Paytm is talking to bank application. Paytm is talking to SBI application. Yeah, tell me, this is my example one. Yeah, tell me guys, in this setup, browser talking to flipkart.com. What is that must be? Web application or distributed application? Yeah, browser is client means definitely web application. Browser is client means definitely this one. Yeah, next one. Flipkart.com talking to Paytm. Array, only Paytm is distributed application. Flipkart is it's a client. And SBA is distributed application. Paytm is client. That means for one distributed application, another distributed application can be a client or not. Are you getting my point? A distributed application can have web application, mobile application, another distributed application. Come on. IoT application, embedded system application can be there acting as a client, can be there acting as a client. Don't confuse. Sir, Paytm is not website now. How come it can be client? Array, for one distributed application, another distributed application can be a client, guys. Tell me here, what is this? Distributed application. Tell me, guys. Distributed application. Okay. A distributed application. So provider application. What guys? Provider application or server application or producer application, guys. A producer application can have web application, comma, mobile application, comma, IoT application, comma, embedded system application, comma, another distributed application, and etc. as client application, and etc. as the client application. Is it not interesting, Babu? Come on. Example 2. Entire online credit card payment is happening like this only. Net banking payment, credit card, debit card payment. Okay. What is the website? Mintra.com. What is there? Mintra.com is talking to whom? Mintra.com is talking to whom, guys? Wait a minute. Okay. Payment broker. Who is the payment broker? Roger Pay, right? Roger Pay. What Roger Pay organization work, guys? It acts as a bridge between e-commerce website and payment gateways. Why, sir? Okay, PayPal is also there. And in this world, Visa, Master, Mastrio, Cirrus, American Express, so many payment gateways are there. A lot of e-commerce websites are there. Every e-commerce website directly talking to 5 to 10 payment gateway application headache na. Maintenance is headache na. All of a sudden, American Express fellow said that tomorrow onwards I am changing my address location. Tomorrow onwards some details are changed. Why Mintra should worry, boss? Mintra should worry about what? Attracting the customers, giving the advertisement, okay, giving offer to customer, making them fools and making them purchasing the products, right? They should be busy on that process, right, guys? Wow, should they worry about what Amex is doing, what Visa is doing? They don't want to keep that headache. And like this, not one e-commerce, no e-commerce website wants to keep that headache. It's better to put that headache on one mediator organization. So instead of suffering every e-commerce website, one person suffering is good, na boss? And that one person suffering is nothing but what? Roger Pay and PayPal. And here also competition, ra babu. Why competition? Commissions will come, ra babu. For Flipkart, if you pay 10,000 rupees, 1% commission will be taken by this mediator. You don't believe that? 1% commission will be taken by this mediator, not 1%, 0.5%. This mediator 0.5%, the person who actually issued credit card and debit card, that person, that fellow 1%. And through bank only you got the credit card, na? Otherwise, why bank will give credit card to you, right? Because he is responsible for collecting money also again tomorrow. That's why he will get another 0.5%. This is the business strategy. The person who is issued credit card and debit card maintaining worldwide software and hardware infrastructure to operate the credit card and debit card, Visa, Master, American Express, they charge 1% in your transaction. Bank people 0.5%. Next, these mediator people are there, na? They charge 0.5%. And leftover amount only will go to Flipkart, that too after 30 days. This kind of tie-ups will be there, boss. This kind of tie-ups will be there, no doubt. Is it not interesting, Rababu? Roger Pay, tell me. Here, what is there? Visa, Master. I think we got RuPay Payment Gateway has come. RuPay Payment Gateway has come, it seems. Payment Gateway is there or only credit card, debit card? Payment Gateway has come, right? Okay. I think on cards nowadays, RuPay also coming, right? Yeah, RuPay. We should promote our product. Yeah, next one. SBI, ICICI. SBI, ICICI. SDFC. Dot, dot, dot. Yeah, this is another best example that deals with credit card and debit card payment, guys. What payment? Credit card and debit card payment. Yeah, tell me, boss. Browser talking to Myntra.com. What is that? Browser talking to Myntra.com. What is this, guys? Web application. Clarity is coming or not coming, boss? Okay, Myntra.com talking to Roser Pay, payment broker. Who is this fellow? Payment broker. Distributed application or not? What this fellow will do, guys? Acts as a bridge between e-commerce applications and what? Payment gateways. What is this? Payment broker. See, I'm teaching very much real world, real time, so that you will connect. Interest is increasing or not increasing? Increasing. These many days, what you thought? When you give credit card details to Myntra.com, it has gone to bank directly, right? Sorry. And what is the beauty, you know? Myntra.com server is there in Mumbai. Roser Pay server is there in New York City. Visa server is there in Dubai City. And SBA server is there in Mumbai City. But though this many things are involved, all things will be completed within 30 seconds. That is called global village. Why world is called global village? Because of internet. This one transaction is enough. This one transaction source, less than 30 seconds it takes, right? But these many people are involved, these many servers are involved, these many organizations are involved, these many communications are involved. That is technology, boss. Okay. And when you are learning technology, only if you are excited, if you are part of this technology implementation, you can be more proud, boss, right, guys? Yeah, that's what. After learning these courses, you are going to do that jobs only. Okay. What is this? Payment gateways. Okay, this what these are, guys? Bank people, banks. Yeah, tell me what is the relation here, guys? What's the relationship here? Distributed application. What is the relationship here, guys? Distributed application. Okay, for this distributed application, who is client? Website. For this distributed application, who is client? Another distributed application. For this distributed application, who is client? Another distributed application. Arey, listen, for this Visa, Master, some direct clients also may be there, but here payment broker is one client. Direct clients also may be there, who knows, right? As administrator, they may directly talk to them. What is this, guys? Distributed application. Yeah, here is my what, guys? Distributed application. Here is my what, guys? Distributed application. Are you getting my point there, guys? Super. Okay, I'll add one few comments, guys. Payment to broker applications. What, guys? Payment to broker applications acts as bridge between e-commerce applications. What, guys? E-commerce applications and payment gateway applications. Super. Next one is what, guys? Payment gateway applications provide worldwide infrastructure. What infrastructure, guys? Worldwide infrastructure. Once you got Visa card, not only India, everywhere in the world you can use it because they have local type with local banks, right, boss? Payment gateway applications provide worldwide. What is that? Infrastructure to operate the debit card and debit cards and credit cards. To operate the credit cards and debit cards. Perfect, guys? Yeah. See, if you pay 10,000 rupees through credit card, guys, okay, at the end, 2% deduction will come to Mintra people. Why? Commissions are taken in the middle. Otherwise, why they will run their organization? Not for social service, right? That's the reason whenever you go to small shops, guys, whenever you go to small shops, guys, okay, if he's demanding, okay, if he is demanding 2% extra, you pay because they do very less margin business, right? But when you go to shopping mall, if you are paying cash, ask him to give 2% discount. Saying that anyhow in MRP 2% is included because in shopping malls. Okay, we are paying cash, you are losing that 2%. Now you have every right to demand what? 2% discount because I'm paying cash. Okay, I'm not paying through card. But no one agrees, but actually you have a right to ask that. You have a right to ask that, guys. Fine. Okay, now tell me, boss, in Java, we can use RMI, EJB, web services. Okay, web services environment to develop the distributed application. Distributed application. Okay, where in which RMI EJB technologies are outdated. Outdated because they are long ways dependent. That means both consumer and producer applications must be there in Java language only. Java language only. Tell me, guys. Whereas Web service. Web service is doing well, okay, doing well for the same applications development because it supports what, guys? It supports what, guys? Interoperability. What, Bills? Interoperability. That means the producer, and consumer application can be developed in any language, and technology. Any language and technology. So what is the slogan, guys? Develop anywhere, consume any. Develop anywhere and consume anywhere. Develop anywhere and consume anywhere. Is that clear, guys? I want reply from you people. Come on. Develop anywhere and what? Consume any. So everyone understood why web service is great, guys? Super. Yeah, few more points are there on web service. I think it's already too late. Okay. All right. Tomorrow we'll talk few more minutes on web services. But so far you got the clarity. It's a purely application to application interaction. The client consumer can be another distributed application, web application, mobile application, X, Y, Z. Provider application is always having services. Consumer application wants to consume. Consumer application wants to consume. Yes. In Java, what technologies are there to implement web services? What frameworks are there to implement web services? That is what we are going to discuss. That is what we are going to discuss in tomorrow's session. Are you clear, guys? Super. Right. Newcomers, I hope you collected the backup videos. If not collected, admin, please post one more time. కొత్త స్టూడెంట్స్ రేపటి నుంచి వస్తున్నారా? న్యూ బ్యాచ్ అది. పూర్జావ రాదుగా వాళ్ళకి. Yeah. Tomorrow onwards, your room will be 4th floor, room number 4, because strength is increasing. So room size is reducing day to day. So that's why tomorrow onwards, I will take the session 4th floor, room number 2. All right. Thank you. When, how many months required to complete this class? 110 sessions. How to build logic in cloud? Give me some tips, sir. Okay, Simran madam, it's all about practicing applications. That's it. Can we learn Hadoop? Hadoop is part of data science. Hadoop is part of data science. When you go to data science, there you will study all this stuff. Evening batch will start within a month. First focus on this batch. Another 1.5 months, no new batches. It takes time. Let me upload it. Class content. How many demos will be left? Okay, tomorrow is the last. I don't know. 1-2 sessions will be there, boss. Yeah, what's your batch code, my dear? 1102. I think today's document is saved. Yes. I think what is today's date? 2021st. This is the document. Thank you. I'm using half of the class due to my office timings. Is it important to know about the batches in second half? Mudra Pade, it takes 1 month easily to start the new batch. Accepted request on Facebook. I'm not able to find the notes. Go to files section. Go to files section. You will get the notes. Today is your first class. Collect the backup. Complete watching those videos within 1-2 days. You can continue in this batch. Telegram group, Java updates, common group only. What are the timings of these sessions are? 11 o'clock to 11:30, 11:40. Any real-time project batch by you within 1 week in 8:45 p.m. slot. Can you send admin details? Okay. Please wait. I'm sending the admin details. Yeah, you can do advanced Java and this course parallelly, boss. It's possible. And you can also do this course and Java real-time project batch parallelly. Both can be done. It's possible. Thank you guys. Have a nice time. We'll meet tomorrow.